We are going to take you inside the mind of Australia's #1 female DJ and producer, BeXta.
BeXta non-stop with a needle drop. Come on, show 'em how it's done. Let's rock.
We'll chat with BeXta backstage, meet the crew behind the BeXta live shows. BeXta is known for her hard trance, banging beats and energetic vibe created every time she hits the decks or performs live.
BeXta. BeXta, she's on. BeXta.
Come with us to explore what it means to experience BeXta live.
Why do you like BeXta? She's sexy and plays hard.
Sydney-born Aussie BeXta has spent her life around music, being classically trained and completing a degree in music technology. Her love for music and thirst for technology led her to the magic of dance music and raves in 1992, and by the age of 18 was producing and performing live.
Hi BeXta.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good. Okay, now the spotlight's on you. I'd just like to know a bit about the history of your career.
Well,
Where did it all start?
I started writing dance music in '92 when I was exposed to raves and dance parties. It was just becoming a popular thing in Australia at the time. And I bought myself a basic setup and started writing. I've been writing classical music since I was a kid, since I was 11. So, and also at the time I was doing a Bachelor of Music in Music Technology.
Right.
So I wanted to combine composition with technology, and the obvious thing was to write electronic music.
She makes me dance.
In 1996, BeXta added DJing to her repertoire and has since been playing continuously across the land of Oz. She DJs several times a week at clubs, parties and festivals to crowds of up to 14,000. BeXta has graced the stage alongside acts such as Bjork, Prodigy, Fatboy Slim, The Chemical Brothers, Basement Jaxx, Timo Maas, Carl Cox and John Digweed. BeXta has held the title as Australia's #1 female DJ for a few years now and earned a place in the top 5 Australian DJs in a recent Australian poll.
So initially I started writing, producing and performing live.
Yeah.
And about 4 years later, in '97, I started DJing.
You've been in Sydney for 5 months. How's it loving it? And I heard BeXta was one of the #1 Sydney female DJs. It sounds brilliant.
DJing, I sort of picked up, my flatmate had decks, and about 6 months after I started, I threw myself at a small club and started my DJing career.
Love her music. She's always got the crowd pumped.
And down here, my first residency was a Friday night called Plastic,
Yeah.
and I'm still doing that now.
Right.
So that's my Friday night.
She plays really well, and she's the best in Australia. She's considered the techno queen of Australian live, techno electronica.
Everyone knows about DJ BeXta, but what people don't realise is that she has only been DJing for a third of her musical career.
I've been releasing a DJ mix CD now, one every year or so, called Mixology.
Right.
And we're up to Mixology 4, which came out a couple of months ago. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's doing okay. It's like a double CD, and most of it sort of starts off light trance and moves on to the more banging hard trance.
And with its consistent sales, has become one of the highest selling independent mix compilations.
Yeah, I've been releasing singles in Australia since about '95. Had 4 or 5 singles. Lunar Tango was the first one, and then I started Sony Music in Australia and released 2 or 3 singles from them and an EP, which was the Scrambles Live EP. In 2001, I signed to Eve Records in the UK, and we did a vinyl release with them called One for the Road. We got an Andy Farley remix, and it got picked up in a few countries and heaps of compilations and stuff. So remixing a lot of the local Australian acts. But the last couple of months I've been doing a Nice House remix. I did an AC/DC remix.
Something different?
Something very different.
And I really admire her for what she does. It's totally complicated and completely amazing. And I've even tried to get her to teach me how to do it, but I don't know if she'll say yes to that or not. I don't know.
I play live at the bigger events, which works out to be about once a month. We try and do it once a month. It's something that has to be put together from scratch. You know, more people off stage than on stage.
My name's Jamie. I do lighting for BeXta. I know BeXta from originally doing shows for her when she didn't know who I was in the first couple of big day outs, 95, 96, and I've gotten to know her over the years since then. And
my name's Ben, and I've been working with Beck for about 10 years now.
My name's Jo Griffin, and I've known BeXta for about 5 years now.
I've been working with Beck on her back line and as front of house sound for a long time. So, I help her put together the rig before she starts and look after all her sound issues.
What attracted you to her show?
I think live is better sound.
So, where was your first live gig?
My first live gig was in Brisbane at a rave up there in '93. It was called Adrenaline at the Roxy, and there was about 3,000 people there. And I just jumped in the deep end. It was great. I wasn't nervous at all. I knew I was meant to be there, so it was good fun.
BeXta is one of the only hard trance live acts in the country and one of the only Aussie talents who DJs and performs live. BeXta takes great pride in her live show and works hard to make her shows something you can experience.
I'm fairly self-involved in lighting Beck's show. I mean, I know what I want to do. So I'm fairly interested in that. But occasionally I look up and notice there's a crowd there, and when I see that they're having a good time, it reminds me they're actually doing it for them. And because generally, like when you're in front of a house in a venue, you've actually got the best seat in the house anyway.
Because Beck plays at a wide variety of different sorts of venues, and there's different shaped venues, and Sydney's especially got lots of different sorts of rooms, and small rooms with the audience close to you, and rooms with stages and all sorts of things. The show tends to change a lot, and we have to be very flexible with that, and there ends up being a certain amount of preparation and pre-production to manipulate the show into whatever environment it's going into. And Beck puts an awful lot of work into the set every time. She's always running new material and adding it in, and then the show has to change the visuals, and we have to get the back line ready for it. And because it's quite a theatrical show, it's produced, it has cues.
Lots of layers.
Yeah, there's lots of layers. It takes a bit of work like that.
A lot more involvement.
Yeah.
Your show then.
Yeah, a bit more, much more than just sort of a DJ showing up to a club.
Yeah.
We try to produce a show.
I'm the DJ and digital media artist. I make art. It's more credible if you make your own stuff.
Everything from scratch.
Yeah, it's of course more time consuming.
It's part of the art form.
I've never, over 10 years of having an interest in dance music, really liked visuals and stuff. I don't see how they enhance things. It's ever three artists maybe, which are like seeing a Basement Jaxx show, a Chemical Brothers show, and a BeXta show. Yeah. And I can say the BeXta show because I know that Jo creates all the content, and I'm never going to see it anywhere else.
It's all original.
And it's amazing, and the fact that it's been made for a show. I mean, Beck's great to have someone like Jo working with who pays so much attention to her art and the music.
Joe takes it another step that we haven't seen too much in a lot of the international shows, so a little bit in the Faithless show, and that is to try and bring some of the things that she's doing up onto the screen. One of the big problems with dance music is that the audience don't have much connection with actually knowing what the performer is doing. When you've got a live electronic act, and they all just look like they're doing the washing.
Yeah.
But if you put a camera up and show the hands while they're washing,
get a bit of insight.
Yeah. I mean, you can make a certain amount of a connection that.
Of all the gigs you've done, what's been your best DJ gig?
DJ gig was in Sydney at the Big Day Out 2001. I got to play before Carl Cox, and it's very exciting.
Someone's got to do it.
It's, you know, when you play your hometown gig, it's the best feeling in the world. People know what you do, and
got the support.
Yeah, they know the tracks you play and everything. And there was about 14,000 people there just going nuts.
Wow,
it's good fun.
Wow, what's been your favourite live gig so far?
My favourite live gig was probably in Canberra. We had a gig there called Twisted Generations, and the guys down there look after us really, really well. So we had an amazing setup with heaps of lights, and the video was just like so in your face, and the sound was beautiful, and the crowd was there, totally appreciated it, loved the whole night. The whole night was just the vibe of the performance.
The big ones, Fatboy Slim, we were at the Horton in Sydney a couple of years ago, Big Day Outs, a couple little ones, BeXta show in Cairns in the Rainforest, BeXta show in Canberra, our nation's capital, which is amazing considering it's all public servants and politicians. You can go and have a good dance show there, but they all have children who don't want to be like their parents, so that was alright.
I'm very sold.
Yeah, in terms of the synergy, probably the Canberra show for Chris Fresh for the Royal Theatre was the best one.
Wow.
And there's ushers. It's like a dance party with ushers and torches.
Something different.
And there was a great show of Gas that I'm sure Joe's going to talk about.
Followed by the last Gas show where there was an intensity in the theatrics.
What there was really big visuals, which looks fantastic. They look great.
Yeah, cool. I mean, what made all these shows so good? I mean, was it the crowd, or was it just the whole atmosphere, or number of elements?
It was the vibe you worship. It was the crowd. It was the fact I think that we all had a bit of freedom. We all had a bit of time to sort of play with things beforehand.
Cool.
It was Marbo. It was the whole thing.
Yeah.
Beck's terrific because she tends to give us an awful lot of freedom and knows exactly what she wants. And she's the first person to tell us when we're crap.
Beck has a lot of wisdom, and she allows you creative space, and she's very easy to work with.
I think she's got faith in us to do what we do. What she does, I mean, she's very driven, as it is anyway. She like Ben says, she's writing new tracks all the time. She always wants to have a good show, and naturally, that makes us want to do the best we can.